Go to the big story that is trending right now. The state of emergency. President,
please, before I don't mean to interrupt, but before you bring this topic that is a big topic, I think there should be first of all some form of introduction for it to observe all protocols, just like within education. I want to observe the protocol by singing a song. There is fire on the mountain.
Roar, roar, roar.
A big fire.
Roar, roar, roar.
Ooh, ah.
Alright, the big story. Don't be looking at it. It's not like everyone is looking at it. The state of emergency. So today on the 18th March 2025, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu declared Rivers State a state of emergency because of the happenings in Rivers State. And when he declared the state of emergency, he suspended the governor, the deputy governor, and the House of Assembly. So my question is, does the president have the right to suspend a sitting governor? In the state of emergency, because he doesn't have any. The president, if he follows due process, he can declare any state a state of emergency. But can he suspend the sitting governor?
You see, in this very particular discussion, is how will I put it? It's a very sensitive matter.
Very sensitive.
You see, the president was elected, just as the governor was elected.
Very good.
So him suspending the governor, I don't think is in anywhere in our constitution that an elected officer will suspend another elected officer without due process. In fact, it's not in our constitution. You see, the problem we have in this country is people take power into their hands, believing that whatever they do, nobody can oppose them. That is in the case of our president suspending our elected governor. It's something to laugh about.
It's unconstitutional.
It's something to laugh about. It's unconstitutional and something to laugh about. And I have been seeing people praising him, people like
we'll go to that.
Mockery praising him for what he did. And well, we know who ran.
We'll get to that. What's your
go to all those things?
What's your take on the suspension?
I believe, in my own opinion, that the president acted in a hasty manner. We don't know the full facts yet, but from the address I watched, the initial statement was that the president and the governor unjustifiably demolished the House of Assembly. Is that the reason to declare state of emergency? Is it the quarrel or the crisis between the former governor and the current governor? Is that enough reason to declare state of emergency? I believe he acted hastily. Because I believe if state of emergency have been declared in Nigeria before now, at least to a reasonable extent, there have been a level of damage. And from where I am in the state, it has been peaceful and it has been calm. We have not had any incident so far. So we've not had any information. So we don't have the full facts yet. But I believe he acted hastily because this is, like I said, this is a system, a federal system. The governor was elected by the people. And I believe only the people can remove the governor.
Thank you.
Suspend him, can even pause him, according to the fundamental principle of democracy. I'm not even talking about the constitution is sacrosanct. So we will still make reference to the constitution. But we should understand one basic factor, that the law was made for man.
And not man for the law.
So we are not made for that law. The law is made for us. So when a law is unjust, I think one of the great philosophers in the United States said when a law is unjust, the people not only have the right to reject that law, they are obligated to
disobey the law.
To do so when the law seems unjust.
Yes.
In this context now, it's only the Rivers people that can remove the sitting governor. Because he derives his power or his mandate comes from the people. It's just like saying that the African Union president says the President Tinubu is no longer president. We will never accept that.
We never accept.
So we don't know if the rivers people are going to resist. Although in this context, it's for the purpose of peace. Now I don't know if I'm not certain. I don't if the House of Assembly has they convened or if they moved the motion to declare state of emergency. I don't know if this person have been followed, but I believe I will go and research properly on what the constitution has to say about it.
One of the headlines I saw on Vanguard read that the president consulted the House of Assembly. They had a close meeting before the state of emergency was called.
Not the River State House of Assembly.
Okay,
He consulted with
his security council.
His security council.
Okay.
And not even the National Assembly.
There are processes to these things. we have elected representatives that we can push for constitutional reforms that can bring about a law which is acceptable with the current socio-economic realities and the current acceptable practices. In this context, I'm making, and this is my humble opinion I'm expressing, that the governor derives his power from the people. And I believe the people have the right, have the power to suspend and to impeach or to remove the sitting governor. So in this context of state of emergency, let us believe that the essence of this process of this thing, because we can all see the handwriting on the wall, the invisible hand of Esau, or the hand of Jacob, or the smell of Jacob.
The hand of Esau and the voice of Jacob.
Okay, the voice of Esau and the hand of Jacob.
There's an adage in my locality. They say you should remove monkey hand from pot of soup before it will change to human being hand.
So
we are looking at the monkey hand like this.
And there's also an adage in my place that says that when a bird comes out to dance, you should know that there's someone inside the bush that is playing the drum.
We've seen the drum.
Alright, guys.
So in this case, the bird that is dancing and the drum,
we have all
find the link between the bird and the drum.
Let us
not just believe that this state of emergency should be for peace, should be to accord the rivers people the opportunity to access the dividend of democracy, to access their resources, and not because of any sinister reason or any invisible hand.
Alright, guys. Alright. For the president to call for a state of emergency in his state, that is his right. But it has never been heard that the president suspended any governor. So let's move on to Reno Mokri. Reno Mokri praising the president for the state of emergency and perhaps suspending the governor and his deputy. What is your take on Reno's position?
Every citizen is entitled to their opinion.
No, Reno's approach to it.
He has a fundamental right to express himself in whatever way he deems fit. Either to agree, either to
disagree.
So in this case, he just expressed his opinion. That does not mean it's a statement of fact. And that does not mean I am bound to agree with him. In this case, I might agree with him. In this case, I might not. Because if it's in the interest of peace and allowing the rivers people to access their resources, I will be inclined to agree with him that the president made the right decision. But if the decision that the president made is as a result of the invisible hand or things that cannot be said, then I'm inclined to disagree with him.
Well, we have seen that the president does not want peace in our state. He has been called upon several times in respect to this very particular matter. And we have seen his body movements.
Okay.
We have seen it all. So we cannot say it's the interest of the people. This is not the interest of the people. Rivers people are not violent people. Rivers people are peace-loving people. Rivers people, we keep to the laws of the land, but we are not also cowards. You should know that. We are not cowards.
Okay. Thank you all for today's show. Today's show has been very interesting. And like every other time, we will say, like we've always said, stay strong, stand for what's your right. Africa needs liberation, and it is you and I that will liberate us from the hands of those that are
This point
oppressing us.
of Africa I think it has given me an idea or something we need to see. And let us hope that these events that are playing out in Nigeria, are playing out in Rivers State, are limited to Nigeria and Rivers State. Let it not be that there's an invisible hand that's interested in the affairs of Nigeria as the largest black race in the world. Let it not be that there's an international game of chess or an African game of chess that is being played, as a result, triggering certain cause and effect. Like I said, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Perhaps someone has taken out someone's pawn on the board in another continent, and that person decides to take off another pawn on the board in this continent. There are a lot of things that are going on that we don't know. But I can only postulate from in my own opinion, that the crisis in Nigeria may not be after 10 years of heavy years, just like the US congressman revealed to us that Boko Haram and things like that
they are being funded. And up till now, there is no investigation
like
towards
said,
that.
Africa should be free. Africans need to wake up. Let us be conscious that the decisions that we take, that our actions as a result of our direct decisions, and not as a result of manipulation, not as a result of coagulation, not as a result of any form of coercion. Let it be that, or coercion, not coercion. Let it be that these decisions are in our interest and not to serve another man's interest. Thank you.
Thank you all. Today's show has been interesting. You agree with me? So Africa, stand up for what's yours. Always ask questions before you accept everything that's published online, because
Yes.
some of our best leaders have been taken out
Read
because
and get the facts.
yes, read because of someone trying to sell a narrative that is not true. Thank you all. I remain Ambassador Augustine Udeji.
And I remain Comrade Daniel Anumeya.
And I remember my humble self, Ambassador Winston, aka Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister of our time.
Please like, share, subscribe.
You are a transformation ambassador.
And
You are a
you are also
transformation
the
ambassador.
transformation
Like, share,
ambassador.
subscribe
Transformation starts with you.
to make sure that our group grows so that we can bring you more interesting content.
Thank you.
And we are
The transformation ambassadors.